fire, 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 fire.
Avowed art director calls gamers sickos and want to make Elon Musk mad with his game. What? What? Having pronouns in a fantasy video game is utterly unacceptable. Again, I don't give a fuck about this. I unironically have Elon Musk muted. I don't have him blocked. I just have him muted because his posts like pop up on my feed constantly. I'm drawing a line. I'm rejecting any game that has pronouns in it, and you grammar Nazis know what I mean. Stop being stupid. Again, that's your prerogative. Yeah. Don't buy that shit. This game's pronouns will be like was, were, like Concord. Exactly. Nobody's gonna buy your game. The people that you cater to will not buy your game because they don't actually care about video games, and then they get upset about it and call gamers bigots. It's literally how the world works. Matt Hansen says, sickos.jpg. I wanted so badly to make him mad with my game, and I cannot believe it actually happened. Just wait until you see the default, you said little shit. Well, this guy's forte may be art, but is definitely not spelling or grammar. Problem is the pronouns are the gateway to more DI and woke bullshit. By itself, it's harmless, so I get it. Yes, it's literally like a gateway drug in my opinion. You give them an inch, they take a mile. You said little shit. Yeah. You know what's crazy? Why don't you just make a good game to piss off Elon? Why don't you make it a game that has pronouns and make it good, and then people will still complain, but at least they'll have a reason to buy it because it's good. 99% of the time people focus on this thing, they invest way too much time and effort to get back at this like invisible bad guy, and it makes the game worse. Yeah, he's completely unhinged, I agree. Doesn't Baldur's have pronouns? No, it doesn't. Yeah, it has body type, but not pronouns. Anyway, Avowed comes out February 18th next year. Give it a whirl if you ain't afeared. What the fuck? What is this English? Give it a whirl if you ain't afeared of the woke my mind virus. Oh, my brain. Afeared? Ah. Oh, I can see why you're the art director. You definitely ain't a writer, that's for sure. Drug posting? Maybe. No, I don't. Yeah, probably. Definitely not mobile posting. I feel like the autocorrect would have corrected it to be the correct one. Not afeared. Lol, motherfricker said my mind virus about himself. I know, it's so weird. Why are you virtue signaling like this? If you make a good game, so in their fantasy, they want to get back at the chuds, the right-wingers, right? But if everybody enjoys the game, and it's a good game, even with like, you know, having non-binary or having pronouns, then everybody will play it. That's kind of like how the medium works. Like, you make beautiful art, nobody's gonna give a fuck if you have like a fucking gay pride flag in the background, as long as it makes sense, you know? Like, what the fuck, man? It's bad for us. It hurts the company. Should be fired. Yeah, well, they're gonna fire him probably in a year and then be like, exactly like Sweet Baby Inc. and be like, well, you're doing damage, so we're gonna fire you. Don't virtue signal your pronouns shilling and make the game good and it will be praised. They never understand that. Yeah, because they're so blinded by hatred. Again, I don't hate like the idea of having pronouns in a video game. I genuinely don't give a fuck. I think it's a sign that something else could be wrong with the game, but it's not necessarily like a bad thing. It ultimately doesn't do anything to the game. Just like when Baldur's Gate 3 put in options for having a female with a penis. Nobody gave a fuck. I could just like play the game and never interact with that. It showed me the focus. Yeah, exactly. If Tosh wasn't the main focus of like being a character that's non-binary and basically being a Mary Sue insert, I don't think Dragon Age would get as much shit. It would still be a 6 out of 10 game and they wouldn't really care. It's a red flag gateway drug until they start making games with pronouns that and dog shit will consider it as so. Yeah, we've only had like 1 or 2 so far that are actually good. I'm most convinced that some of these people want their games to fail because it feeds their victim complex. Well, we saw that with Tosh! Tosh's entire story was failed, and it was a self-insert because the person that was main writing the thing was a trans femme like writer. They said that they wanted this to be a self-insert, and we were like, yeah, it's kind of obvious. And again, with World of Warcraft, the same thing happened. When the guy that was like in love with Sylvanas, one of the main writers of World of Warcraft was in love with Sylvanas the character, they self-inserted themselves as Nathanos to be like a massive huge simp for her. And it was really obvious. I looked into it, I remember Asmund talked about it and they were like, yeah, this makes sense. It's really obvious. It's really, how do I say it, like immersion breaking. Yeah, Nathanos was a huge fucking simp. I loved that character before and then he became like a simp for Sylvanas. I was like, what? Self-insert so cringe? I'm pretty sure they still work there. I could be wrong though. Anyway, there's more. Turns out it's real. More crazy Obsidian art director posts. Aw, it's Obsidian, man. God, I remember when Obsidian was actually good. They made good, wholesome games. From Asmongold's video, Avowed is in deep trouble. Again, we'll see. I'm putting a again, Grums makes content out of this, so he gets a lot of views out of saying, oh my god, the Wolfbane virus. New Vegas was from Obsidian. Yes, and that was like, what, 16 years ago? Yeah, it is unironically over. Sorry, not 16, like 14 years ago? Anyway. Art director at Obsidian Entertainment. All thoughts are my own and on occasion freelance illustrator and designer. He, him. Contact me at... Wait, did... Reminder to black artists out there who are looking for portfolio reviews or job advice. My DMs are open and you will always have my priority. We got too many crusty white dudes in this field. Please let me help you replace me one day. I want to go back to living in the woods. Little bro. Do you realize that posting this, like, is actually, like, it's illegal? You can get sued for this. Discriminating against other races and saying, I want black artists over other people. Again, this is over Asians, over anyone else as well. He's so full of shit, he would be melding if they replace him for a black guy. He'd be the first person to file a lawsuit. I mean, I don't know. This person seems like they have, like, extreme white guilt, and it's insanely cringe. Why are you so pressed about something that happened before you were even born, or, like, even before you were born, and... like 2 generations ago, like minimum or maximum, I guess. Like, why are you so dead set on this? It's so cringe. You didn't do this. You didn't own slaves. Why are you so dead set on, like, apologizing? Your dad wasn't even born, probably. Ugh, it's so icky. I don't know, it says a lot about your character if you behave like this. And you're so anti-racist that you loop back to being racist. Well, they're so deluded that they don't understand what they're doing. It's like a psychosis. You don't realize what you're doing is racist because you're trying to justify it in your head through like mental gymnastics. Unironically insane. Even with the Instagram filters, he looks like what he cries about. I don't see him giving up his job. This is evidence of illegal discrimination. Anyone who thinks that they've been denied a job at Obsidian due to their race should contact an employment lawyer. That's what I'm saying. Why would you... Look, okay, maybe you're fucking insane. Maybe you're crazy out of your mind. And you actually think like this. Writing it in public? Like, why would you do that and post evidence? It's not racism in their eyes because racism is collective guilt, not individual guilt. I guess. Again, I can't really justify or explain psychosis. I just can't. Replace me, please! What the fuck? I don't get it. They might even get sued for this, you never know. What the hell is this? Oh god, here we go. Oh god. Hold on. What is this? This is why WoW is as bad as it is today, despite insane resources pumped into it. This individual just wanted to push their politics and use a video game to do it. How many more just like them are still there pushing for this? I will petition for this on every game I make. Pronoun selector independent of body type was something I tried to push before leaving WoW. At any rate, I think it should essentially be table stakes for new character creation systems being made now. What? Why? Why do you care so much? Oh, and they're on Blue Sky, of course. Again, I don't really play WoW. Like, even retail, I barely touch. My politics need to be in video games! Do people lose their jobs for doing this kind of stuff? Honestly asking. Yeah, it depends. You can get sued for this, definitely. This I'm gonna prioritize black artists over everyone else is... You can 100% get sued for that in any country. Because you're putting priority on race, gender, or sexual orientation above other people. Former WoW game designer regrets she could not get pronouns into WoW before she left the team, tells Matt Hansen that this should be the standard for game character creation from now on. Profile is very obvious, infected activist. Gender fluid pronouns, any, very new or adventure, 40 plus, sentient, hyper optimized data access or just in block again to personal opinions and comments. Good lord, man. That person harbors anger. The tweets are a bit unhinged. Well, they're on Blue Sky, so they can probably get away with it. Oh god. Hi, Lana. How are you doing today? Oh, fantastic. It's such a red flag to me that you can't have the insight to make a game good before you start inserting your own personal beliefs into a game. This is why things like this fail all the time. You hyper focus on one thing, you don't make a game good, and then you wonder why gamers, like the average person who doesn't give a fuck about pronouns or anything like that, doesn't buy your game, and then you call them a bigot, and then they wonder why they want to boycott you. Because you waste money and time doing this shit. No, it's the gamer's fault it failed. Exactly. I have plenty of people who think that having pronouns isn't a big deal. I personally think that it's a red flag. Maybe I'll change my mind in a few years. Maybe there'll be a good game that'll have pronouns and it just is a good game. But it's always been a red flag so far. These people have college degrees, by the way. Yeah, and your taxpayer money pays for them sometimes. Scholarships and whatnot. I think it's a bad thing. I thought I was getting compliments. Yeah, I didn't know what a chud was until, well, I knew that it was a term used against like alt-right or whatever, but I didn't know as a negative because I kept seeing chud chud chud, and then someone called me a chud, and I was like, what's a chud again? Like, I had to look it up, and then I was like, wait, what? Chud is a penis, right? No, that's a chode? Yeah, a chode. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a right-wing chud, apparently. I'm not right-wing, but apparently I am. Oh, it's Smash GT. We saw a video by him a couple of days ago. Yikes! This dude is still going. Yo, Microsoft reeling your Obsidian team over at Avowed the game before it tanks the entire game and ruins your studio. That's actually a really important point, to be honest. They really need to put a muzzle on him. He's tanking the entire rep of the game just by himself. This happened to, what was that game? God, again, there's been so many nameless, like, stupid games recently. What was the one? Oh, the one that was the chick that was pretending to have worked on, oh, what's that cute, like, Souls-like game? God, what was it called? Ori? Oh, it was Ori, yes. She lied about working with Ori, and then the director came out and said, you've never worked on this, you're lying. And she started calling him names. But before that, everybody was mad because she was like part of the Microsoft team that supposedly. It was a Metroidvania. Yeah, my bad. Sorry, I was thinking of the other one. Yeah, the director hit her with the who and she got really upset, blocked him, called him names. Again, and you really have to watch your mouth. You have to reel in skizzles like this. Feels like we're close to some kind of singularity collapse here. It should not be acceptable for any company in the gaming industry to be racist and sexist against white guys. Why is that such a, like, weird... Why is it such a statement to say? Like, it's an outrageous statement to say. How? Replace the word white with black, Asian, Hispanic. How is this controversial? Look, I don't like Elon and his dumb shit that he says either sometimes, but like, what's wrong with this statement? Oh, Elon, you sweet summer child. This will only embolden me, you sad sack of shit. Be racist to your own kind? What's the term? Is there a term for, like, white people that hate other white people? Is there a term for that? Doubling down on being super racist, this is the one you think it is? No, it's not. You're just so weird. White guild, no! Racist? White guild. Race traitor? Holy. Self-hatred, it's called dent. Self-hating white guy. Racist. It's called being a dumbass. No, I'm just thinking, like, if I was Asian and I saw someone, you know, if I was, like, I don't know, Chinese or something, and I saw someone being like, I fucking hate Chinese people. They shouldn't work in video games. I'd be like, bro, like, why are you, what? Are you okay? What are you doing? Uncle Ruckus type? Yeah, and that's supposed to be a parody on society in that cartoon.
Fire, fire, fire.